Today on Take Radio, I'll be using the Rig Expert Stick Antennalyzer. I said that right. And I'm gonna be tuning the dipole antenna that me and T.O. built. And then I am going to use the Antennalyzer to see how good the random wire end fed antenna I got from Adam is. On Take Radio! So play that awesome intro video! There she is. I set it up as an inverted B because I'm probably going to be deploying it like that the most of the time. I'm not going to have enough space to stretch it out and do a dipole straight up in the air. Plus in the inverted B configuration, you can almost get a omnidirectional transmit and receive. If you just set a dipole up straight, you'll get a directional antenna. This configuration is a little less directional, and this is probably going to how to deploy it. Little antenna. I'm going to be using the Rig Expert Stick 230. It has an HF connection and my cable is a BNC connection. This is probably not going to work. Luckily I had my bag of connectors and I was able to go through it and find that worked. And all right, the sun finally decided to come out and see where, let's see where we're at. Turn it on. We're going to select ham for ham bands. On 20, we're at a 1.86. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim up some ends. Seriously, I mean trim up some ends because I made this extra long and see if we can get it almost down to a 1-to-1. Every time I'm moving it, I'm untwisting the wire. I hope you can see it against my shirt here. Then taking it up about 1.5 inches. Then I'm gonna retwist the wire up. Twisting the wire back on itself like this is going to take the power going through the antenna and use this part as that part of the antenna. So it's no longer extending your antenna wire down. It's treating like this section as a part of the wire itself. Oh, look at that. On 20, we are just right there. I wonder if I'll bring it in another couple inches, see if we can get that dip being more in the middle of the band. I just cut that end off and now I'm going to take it and twist it up another 4 inches and then take another reading. All right, let's give it a run another time. Ooh, that's better. I am 1.1 at 14.1. I'm liking it. I'm going to move it another inch or two to see if I can move that graph a little bit more to the center of the band. Ooh. A little too much. I want it to be more in the center. So I'm going to bring it out about 1 inch. And we'll test it again. You know, I'm going to leave it like this. It's already in the middle of most of the 2-meter bands where we use some single sideband. So I'm going to be happy with that. It's a 1.06 at 14.22. Yes! So this is my dipole tuned up. Next, I'm going to do an end-fed random wire that Adam built for me. Oh, that's perfect. On this particular random wire, the counterpoise is rounded up first, so I got to unwind that. And then we will unwind the actual antenna. This is the Rig Expert Stick 230 on Adam's random wire antenna. This antenna should be good for 80 and below. Since it's a random wire, it's not going to give us a perfect 1-to-1 match, but it should be under 10-to-1. And if it's anything below 5 or maybe 8, the G90 should be able to tune it pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Give it a second to wake up here. There we go. I'm going to say ham. And I'm going to change the band to, oops, wrong direction. 20, because that is where my home is. Not bad, not bad. Right now I have a 2.2 on 20, with the sweet spots being 14.50. That's a little higher than where we operate normally. In general, the D90 should be able to tune that up fairly well. Since this is a random wire, let's go ahead and go back to the home screen and tell it to scan multi.
I misspoke here, so let me tell you what it's actually doing. It's scanning all the frequencies that it has access to and only going to display the ones that are best match for your antenna.
At 20, we're still at that 2.41. 11, let's get that CB working. 10 and 6. Ooh, 6 is pretty good. I think the G90 can do 6. The 6 is at a 1.15. Let's go back and do ham bands and let's see where it's at 40. At 40, it's a solid 3. 60, currently it's a little high at 5.5, and it just doesn't like it on 80. So let's go ahead and unroll the antenna to its full length and see how that changes. I went ahead and ran the random wire all the way out, and we got a good about 40 yards there of wire. So I am going to go ahead and tell it to go, let's start at 20 again, go to the ham, and now we're at 80, and it's dropped to a 2.7 on 80. That is phenomenal. We'll do 160. No. Let's go back to the home screen and tell it to do the multi-band scan again. So it's scanned and it's showing us that we have 5 good bands here. 20 at a 1.6, that is awesome. 15 at 2.25. 11, 10, 6 again. Overall, I'm very happy with the Rig Expert stick antennalyzer. This is the 230. It does charge via USB-C. You can hook it into your computer. I'll show that later when I get an antenna at home. And it is a very versatile sweep and antennalyzer. You can show it on screen. It's pretty cool. I haven't done that yet, but you see other videos that do that. Today, using the multi-band feature and also the ham band feature, it was very nice and very easily read. When I was working with this in the sunlight, it was very easily read. The high contrast e-ink display is beautiful for that. It's very small, it's compact. I don't mind shoving this into any pack. I am going out for a POTA or even a soda, man. This is a very lightweight antennalyzer for a soda trip. I did use the Bluetooth feature for a little bit. I found it timed out super fast. If you are a HF expert and you know the frequencies, it has a beautiful all band sweep that it will show you all the dips in your SWR, and it's beautiful. The other feature it has a antenna radiation pattern chart that is also pretty cool. I wish I knew a little bit more about it so I could talk about it. I wish I played with that feature when I had the dipole set up and we could see the pattern that it's producing. With this random wire, it was kind of random. I had this Rig Expert for about 2 months now. I only charged it up once and the battery meter is only showing a little sliver, so the longevity of this is amazing. Overall, I give it 2 thumbs up. It is Frank proof so far. Like Mike, I am a bull in a china shop and I'm not easy in any of my gear. I look forward to using this more, and for y'all out there, I have a 5% discount code through Gigaparts. So enter that coupon code at checkout and you'll get an extra 5%, and it also helps me out with the channel a little bit, and thank you for that.
Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You can support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description below. And to all my tankers out there, go forth and conquer.
We'll try this again. Reshoot take 2.